It's Monday morning. I wake up to the sound of my alarm bell ringing. I turn, snooze the alarm, turn to the other side of my bed and promise myself 5 more minutes. These 5 minutes turn to 1 hour. Then it's a day. Then it's 3 days. And eventually, it's 3 weeks later. 3 weeks of not leaving my bed except to go for a bathroom break or drag my body downstairs to my neighbor's house when I could no longer ignore my hunger pangs. 3 weeks of not showering. 3 weeks of living in the midst of my dirty utensils. 3 weeks of not praying or reading my Bible because, hey, what words will I use this time round that I haven't used in the past? 3 weeks of not going down to open my business or not caring what's happening, whether produce has been sold or not. How did I get here? What led me to these 3 weeks? I wish I did not know what was happening to me. I wish I could hide in ignorance and say I don't know what is making me behave the way I was behaving. But I knew very well what was happening because from previous experience and therapy that I'd had, I knew what the symptoms were, leading me or telling me I was sliding slowly deeper and deeper into depression. What caused the depression? You see, a few months earlier, in September last year, my business was doing very, very well. We had just crashed a 5,000 daily target, and we were aiming to generate 10,000 sales every day. I had a very, very good employee, Lucy, or my Lucy, as I like to call her. Lucy was the kind of employee every employer dreams about. Faithful, committed, runs a business like her own, rendering me jobless. My work was just to get stock. Her happiness was when we were fully stocked because then she would sell. And boy, was she good at selling. For personal reasons, Lucy had to leave. It was meant to be short term, a few days, a week tops. I can survive that. No need to worry. So the few days turned to a few weeks, and the few weeks turned to several months. Eventually, I had to accept that my Lucy was not coming back and begin the process of finding a replacement for her. I was trying to replace a person. I don't think it's possible to replace a person. Too bad we can't clone them, because if we did, then I would have definitely cloned my Lucy. Lucy's departure is what triggered the downward spiral that culminated into three weeks when I could not function. I did not have energy to do anything other than just breathe and survive. I knew I needed help. I knew that I could not continue because it wasn't the first time that I had not gone to open the business. It had begun as a day, and I would snap out of it. Then 2 days, and I would snap out of it. 3 days, I would snap out of it. And every time I snapped out of it, also I thought, I would always promise myself that this time, this is the last time. This is the last time this is happening. This is the last time I'm allowing myself to get into this space. This is the last time I'm allowing things to get this bad. But every single last time was just a preemption of the next time. And when it lasted 3 weeks, I knew then that I cannot expect myself, I do not have the ability to drag myself out of the pit I had slowly slid into. And so I had to take action. One, I went and talked to a friend of mine and opened up and told them how badly things were. She's a student of counseling psychology, so she understood what I was going through. And she allowed and created a home as a safe space for me and told me, Dorcas, don't wait until things get this bad before you come. My home and my house is open for you. I am just a phone call away. Second, I became very intentional about creating a strong support system for myself, my parents who are very supportive and have been there for me through my journey in business. Friends who I could be open and real with. I did not have to wear the mask of, I've got things, I got this. Nah. I could go, when it's really bad, I could just go and break and tell them, this is how I'm doing. And they never judged me, and they understood. Friends who, when I tripped, did not ignore my tripping, but had the right words to tell me that I was tripping. I also became intentional about cultivating a positive environment and mindset around myself, listening to music. I'm a believer, so gospel music is one of the tools through which I've been able to navigate the bad days or the tough days. Listening to positive messages, doing daily affirmations, cultivating an attitude of gratitude. Because at times, we in business, but also in life, everybody wants to win every day, right? Every day needs to be a great day. You want to hit your targets, you want to be happy, but that's not always the reality. So I'm grateful for the good days. I'm grateful for the not so good days. I'm even grateful for the days that you'd call bad, because I know every day is different and every day is unique. Why am I sharing my story? This story of mine, this story is because, one, I want to normalize and help fight the stigma around mental health struggles. Second, I want to normalize seeking therapy. The way we take Panadol for a headache should be the same way when somebody says, I'm going to see my therapist. It should be as commonplace as that. Third, I know my story is not unique. There are so many people out there struggling. And I hope by sharing my story, I'll help them understand what it is they're going through. And I'll encourage them to seek support and talk to someone, because help is only an ask or a call away. Finally, I hope together with other like-minded people, we can create a support network for people in business and generally people who are struggling with any mental health issue to find a safe space and to know that they do not have to walk this journey alone. I am happy to report that my business and I are on the path to recovery.